This is TWiT.
Are we worried that Google is collecting Android users' locations even when location services are disabled? They say they're going to stop it, by the way.
So this is an error. This is where I'm like, guys, as we connect things to the internet, we have to actually think about what those things do, the data they collect, and what happens to it. I mean, Google's response to this was basically like, we were trying something out. We didn't realize it. Okay, we'll stop. So,
in January of this year, says Google, we began using cell ID codes as the code from the tower as an additional signal to further improve the speed and performance of message delivery. However, we never incorporated cell ID into our network sync system, so that data was immediately discarded, and we updated it to no longer request cell ID. But briefly, for a few months, they were, from the beginning of the year, collecting where your cell tower, what nearest cell tower was, even if location services were turned off. This seems to me to be a tempest in a teapot. But
no, it's a legit issue. I mean, I think if you say you're not collecting location service or location data, and you actually are.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, the actual operation of a cell phone requires it to figure out what cell tower it's on. Right. I mean, it's kind of, admittedly, that's the carrier doing that, and they obviously discard it. But your phone kind of has to know where it is in space.
Right, but Google collecting that information is a new party collecting that information.
I agree.
And Google has a lot of other information about you.
Right.
I can see why it's an issue. I can see, I mean, remember Street View collecting all that Wi-Fi data?
Right.
That was even more so. Again, that was accidental
and bogus.
Right. I'm not saying it's malicious. I'm just like, guys.
But the problem is each of these things is presented as if it is malicious.
Well, that's the media. Right? I love us in the media, but
but I hate us.
Well, even Steve Gibson, who is normally very conservative about this kind of thing, and really, I don't want to say paranoid, but paranoid. Even he said, look, if you carry around a cell phone, you're kind of carrying around a location device. I mean, that's just, if you don't want that, I mean, that's kind of the nature of how cell phones work. It's just, and Google says we're not going to do it anymore. We never meant to keep this data. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on this one.
I will.
I'm glad they got caught. Let's put it that way. It's good they got caught.
Yeah, and I think it's important that companies pay attention to this stuff.
Right.
Because someone could actually, if that data is going someplace, somebody who notices it could actually take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And that's not great.